What's up, everybody? My name's Chris Marshall with my boy Frank G. We are the hosts of Build Your Empire podcast. Frank G, tell the people what we do.
What's going on, everybody? Chris and I, we discuss established empires while showcasing us building ours.
Catch us on every Monday and Thursday. On Thursday's episodes, we discuss pre-established empires of athletes, entrepreneurs, businesses. And today makes sense. Me and Frank are besties. Last week we did The Rock. So, Frank G, who are we doing this week?
Today, we are going to discuss one of the funniest men on this planet, Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. So, I think Kevin Hart is one of the greatest comedians of all time. Many would probably argue, and considering we did the show about Dave Chappelle, that's controversy right there. However, Kevin Hart is the only person who can probably sell out arenas on a tour date.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dave Chappelle even admits that Kevin Hart is bigger than him. I mean, not that he probably really feels it, but he certainly knows.
Well, I think he is. I think Dave Chappelle is funnier, to be honest. But Kevin Hart integrated his marketing and social media and built a platform where he can now sell tickets from, stadium to stadium, which is outrageous in itself, that one man could sell out a ticket stadium for an hour show.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess when you think about it, he's a comedian. So when you compare it to an artist, there's probably plenty of artists who can actually do that. So when it's comedian, to me, it's probably a much smaller circle of people that could sell out arenas.
Nobody, I don't think, could sell out an arena except for Kevin Hart and maybe Dave Chappelle. And Kevin Hart can sell it at a tour, like a tour. Dave Chappelle, I don't think he can sell out arenas on tour dates.
Yeah. Kevin Hart, you pretty much, it's like you're buying a ticket to go see someone perform music. Yeah, I mean, you literally he performs all over the world.
I've given Kevin Hart my money on multiple business ventures he has. I went to see him live at Jones Beach. It was all right. And I actually bought his book, which was #1 seller, New York Times seller, which was a great book.
Well, remember when one of your past relationships, I was asked what gift she should get you, either
Kevin Hart or Chris Breezy
or Kevin Hart tickets, and I guess I just wish I was with my boy because I chose Chris Breezy.
You chose Chris Breezy. Yeah, I think I remember that now. I'm glad she didn't listen to you.
Yeah, because Chris Breezy, everybody probably be puffing on a blunt and just going ham.
And look, I'm not against that neither, because Chris Breezy has some awesome music, and I'm pro marijuana. But Kevin Hart was a different mood.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, you're going to be laughing, or you're going to be listening to a man sing with a beautiful voice talking about just slamming bitches.
I guess either way it's a win-win. But look, I know you over there do your homework. I mean, you could probably show the camera your book of notes. I mean, this guy, look at that. He's got pages of notes.
Pages.
So look, Frankie Facts, Kevin Hart is my boy. Very familiar with Kevin Hart. What facts you got over there? I know you got some facts. Frankie Facts has to have some facts in his pockets. And if he doesn't, then, well, he's Frankie Falls.
Well, I have plenty of facts here. So, I mean, do we want to start early in his life? Do we want to move on? So,
all right. So, Kevin Hart, I mean, I again, it's helpful reading the book, which, by the way, his book was a great book. Can't remember the name, but it was a great book. I mean, he was poor as shit. He slums of Philly. Yeah,
I mean, I think in 2001 is when he started really blowing up. I mean, he had this. Well, I guess in the acting world, because in 2001 he had his first role in a serious show called Undeclared.
I don't think he blew up until Laugh at My Pain.
Well, he was, yeah.
Even when he was in 40-Year-Old Virgin, he was not known yet. In fact, he was broke.
Yeah, but he was hilarious in I think it was Soul Plane.
Yeah, he
Soul
was in that as
Plane,
well.
Scary Movie 3. I mean, when he first started doing comedy, he wasn't. I mean, no one thought he was good. I mean, he was getting booed. But he knew something needed to be done, which was great. So this is like what differentiates kind of success and people who want success. He decided after every show, he would just hand out flyers about him, about the show,
and collect emails.
And collect emails. That was that's probably the biggest part of this whole thing.
So he built his audience and fan base by just putting in the work and collecting the data. What I found remarkable with him is he was in Philly, and New York is where all comedy is, really. And he would take like a 2-hour bus ride to come into New York like 4 or 5 days a week just to sit in the back and watch Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock and all of them perform. And eventually he got his shot.
Yeah, I mean, genius. Why would you not want to learn from the best before your time?
Well, for one, those guys, they were on the verge of, I guess, popping off. But, I mean, it's easier said than done. Who wants to take a 2-hour bus to sit and do nothing?
A man with perseverance and drive. A man that is probably, I don't have his net worth, but I'm sure it is more than a lot of people we've done. Maybe not The Rock, though.
I don't know. I mean,
well, every tour he's done, every comedy tour has done better than the last. And
Kevin Hart's net worth is about 200 milli. And apparently, whenever you look up someone's net worth, it's about 200 million on Google.
Yeah, there's like a set from whether you're a podcaster or a comedian or an artist. Like it's either 50 million, 100 million, 200 million. They never go above that.
Yeah, there's no way that him and Drake are worth the same right now.
Yeah, well, they both done things though to change their, what they do. So Kevin Hart created a platform for comedy. Laugh Out Loud, LOL.
I don't know who works more, to be honest, Kevin Hart or The Rock.
Well, they obviously connect, right? I mean, they've done the movies together, Jumanji.
Which is ironic because let me tell you, they had two opposite sides of the spectrum.
In like size?
Everything.
Well, they're both hilarious.
I mean, they are pretty funny, but I mean, we're better.
I like that.
You're gonna like this in a second.
What am I gonna like?
It went away.
You were about to sneeze? God bless.
Thank you.
Right in the mic. God bless you.
I wanted the people to feel the vibrations. Good vibration.
We felt it all right.
Thank you.
So, Kevin Hart, when he first, again, God bless. When he first started, I'm pretty sure he was pretty insecure about himself. And then he like changed his act to where he just made fun of himself, or he like embraced he's, I guess, short. And he just embraces it now. Half of his jokes. I mean, I think one of his first stand-ups was "I'm a grown little man."
Yeah, in fact, he used to have the alias called Kev the Bastard. Wasn't working for him, and he quickly changed that. I forgot his mentor's name, but he was like, "Yeah, that's not working," and he was instructed to be more personable with his comedy. And he says that it didn't hit until he was authentic, which makes sense. I mean, this is the same message me and you come on week in, week out and say, be authentic, be consistent, and eventually, good things flow. So it's interesting to see him put his life in comedy, making fun of it. And then he won.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly need to be authentic especially if you're in front of an audience, I don't know how many months out of the year. I mean, this guy has to talk to thousands and thousands and thousands of people. I mean, yeah, so the easiest way to make content is to be authentic, to use, you'll remember it easier, I'm sure. I mean, yeah, if you got to make fun of yourself a little bit, but if it makes you millions.
Yeah, I mean, I got no problem making fun of myself if it's going to make me millions. That is for sure. Not only that, but first off, he is super close with his homies. I mean,
he
I
brings them everywhere. They're his team.
Yeah, the Plastic Cup Boys.
Yeah, they have the podcast. They open for him. I mean, essentially, yeah, he got his money and then he put his team on.
Yeah, homie, it's the theme song. First I get my money right, then I get my team on. Who says that?
Drake.
Kanye.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you said that very confidently. Yeah, but you were wrong. Yeah, so it's funny too, because a couple of years ago, I think we all saw Kevin Hart. I guess he was hanging out with The Rock. He really took fitness to another level, and then everything he seems to be interested in, he makes it into a business that generates revenue.
You're speaking specifically about working out right now?
Correct. I mean, he signed with Nike, and he was doing I forgot what it was called. It was running. I forgot what it's called. Something Hart. Great name.
Yeah, well, I mean, he takes his trainer everywhere. What is it? Just Train, I think, is his Instagram handle, his trainer's handle. But yeah, I mean, you clearly take it serious if you're taking your trainer on every tour with you.
Yeah, but then next thing you know, you're getting sponsored by all the athletic wears. Now you're selling athletic apparel. Now you're making it into a lifestyle, and now you're pushing that. I mean, it's crazy. Not to mention, he gets really wasted at times.
Yeah, he does. Well, I think he was in some controversy with his wife because of that.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Hart has to be the only person I've ever seen who cheated on his wife and had video evidence of him cheating on his wife, just hopped on social media, Instagram, said, my bad, I cheated, and it just got washed over. Doesn't make sense.
Well, the only way for me that could make sense is if this woman truly loves this guy and can't, I don't know, live without him. But then again, like, it's Kevin Hart. So I'm sure she's laughing nonstop. I mean, he seems like a genuine dude. Obviously, we all make mistakes at times. That's a pretty serious one. But I think didn't his friend like blackmail him?
I don't think so. It was the girl. The girl tried blackmailing him, and he was like, I'm not paying a ransom. F you.
It was like a huge ransom, too.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just going to tell the world.
Yeah.
Imagine being that girl. Oh, I got this video. I'm going to make $1 million blackmailing Kevin Hart. And then you go on Instagram the next morning and Kevin Hart, yep, I cheated. I'm very sorry. I embarrassed my wife, but this girl ain't getting no money.
Yeah, that's pretty, I mean, clearly that takes a lot to admit to. I mean, he has an audience. I mean, I think back when I first did research on him, Kevin Hart, he had like 80-something million followers on Instagram. So essentially 80 million people are in your business all the time. And he decided, let me go this route. Let me tell them the most personal thing about me right now. And they still love him.
But that's what's crazy, right? And that's what, I'm constantly assessing people's behavior. And I find that very interesting because he did that, the public accepted it and was okay with it. But if that didn't get down like that, and if, a video just surfaced and he looked like an asshole cheating on his wife, the PR would have been completely different.
Well, yeah, essentially he had to save his name right there, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it seems like he's good for one fuck up per year.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he has a lot of strikes that he's allowed. But he does keep his family and work life pretty separate.
Yeah, he loves his family. But
yeah,
I mean, even it was almost a year ago. I think it was August 1st. He got into the car accident, and a lot of people
Yeah, 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people allude that that car accident was probably him partying a little too much.
Yeah, well, apparently the man really fucked up his back, but he is somehow 100% back.
Which is crazy. I listened to an interview. He hopped on Joe Rogan and he discussed this, and he was saying how uh, he was in such good shape
Oh
that
yeah,
that his core and his back
it was tight. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the because dude, he like fractured four vertebrae. I think his spot, like he really screwed his back up.
Someone without the ability to get the treatment that he got potentially would be damaged for the rest of their lives.
And he is back at it. It's actually incredible to watch, but to hear his perspective and him speak upon the injury, his whole focus was no matter how hurt I am currently, I am going to come back better than what I was before.
Yeah, I love that attitude. How could you be better than yesterday?
I mean, I'm sure it's easier when you do have millions and you're probably, in Malibu looking out beautiful scenery. It probably makes it easier. But he was back within 5 months, which is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I think changing is like a mindset kind of thing. Obviously, being able to do whatever you want with your money as security helps you. But yeah, he certainly was partying a little too much. In 2013, he was arrested for a DUI. He pleaded no contest, which means I believe they just kind of it kind of drops the charges in the end. But he had 3 years probations. But like I don't think that's on his record any longer.
He is always drunk. I mean, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, he acted like he was just an ass. He just hopped on, just slurring his words, cursing.
Yeah, but I can't get mad at someone who parties like that, but also lives by a model that hard work isn't enough for success. I mean, you need the commitment.
And he loves his family.
Yeah, he seems like
I'm all for it.
He seems like he has a great what is that? A great percentage for each of them. Party, family, work. He divides it evenly. Although I'm sure he's up like 4 a.m., 3:30 like The Rock.
Yeah, but I would imagine if you're partying like that, you're not really partying like that. Because if you're up 3, 4 a.m., there's no way you're getting high or getting drunk the night before, at least from a consistent basis.
Yeah. I mean, he's created enough where, I mean, obviously it's not enough for him. You want to keep going when you are at this point. But he's created enough and done enough. I think that the world's going to remember his face. They're going to remember what he's done. They're going to keep listening to him, making them laugh.
Going down as one of as a legend.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be generating revenue far after he's not popular or gone.
It's funny too, because when you really take an in-depth look at these empires, right, and these people, and you listen to them talk. I remember listening to him 2 years ago, and he had 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023 already planned out. And he said how, I think it was 2021, maybe even 2020, how he wants to go heel. And in his comedy, like, go heel.
Like, make fun of the crowd?
Like, he wants to bring up, I guess, sensitive topics, such as like maybe the Me Too movement and shit like that. And then make fun of it where he is the center of controversy. In my head, I'm like, that is remarkable that you are so organized that you were changing your brand year by year and have that planned.
Oh yeah, I mean, the only way to be this successful is to have a plan. I mean, he clearly follows a plan. I mean, he has raw talent. Clearly, he has the work ethic. I mean, super positive, just like Dwayne Johnson. And he's just extremely kind. I mean, those are like the things that get you places in life. Because why would someone not do something for you if you touch them in a special way? Made them feel right.
This fucking guy. I hear you, man. I hear
you. What are you laughing at?
You shut your mouth.
I already know what you're laughing at.
Yeah.
Where's your mind at?
Fucking guy over here. Now, if you had to be someone, would you be Kevin Hart or The Rock?
I would be The Rock.
I don't know, man. I mean, Kevin Hart seems like he's got more fun, to be honest.
Well, the Rock, to be, I mean, it just seems like The Rock works harder.
It seems like the work he does is more difficult.
It's heavier, that's for sure.
Yo.
Certainly is heavier.
Yeah, man. I mean, I see Kevin Hart in the podcast with his boys with the plastic red cups. What's in the cups, boys?
Oh, well, I mean, if he's drinking all the time, what do we think's in the cup?
I don't know if he's drinking all the time because he's getting up at 4 a.m. with Just Train, and he's
ripped.
That's workouts.
And he's ripped.
Well, of course you're ripped. You're 5'1", 130.
Is he 5'1"? Are you just shooting out of like almost? That can't be right. I think he's got to be like 5'5".
5'4".
5'4".
It's not even like I was far.
Well, 5'1" is close to like I think a legal like small person.
Yeah, well, Dwayne Johnson's 6'5", so it's actually really funny if they were together. I want to see them next to each other.
The funniest videos are when they're both recording like an Instagram video and they're like talking.
Up. Yeah, no, you shut up.
Yeah. They're a good duo. They're certainly a good duo.
The problem is though is that when Kevin Hart does movies, he really does play the same role every movie.
What does The Rock play? A guy that will beat the shit out of you with either a gun or his hands.
I'm trying to think of The Rock's movies. I feel like that's
Walking Tall, The Rundown. I mean,
bro, give me some recent movies here. Hey, he did Fast and Furious. In fact, I'm surprised he didn't discuss that.
And in that movie, he was I think an officer beating the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, Vin Diesel.
Yeah, and then they made another movie. He was beating the shit out of people then too. Apparently, when you just brolic like that, you just beat the shit out of people.
I tell you what, though, I'll beat the shit out of The Rock.
In what sense?
Maybe a rap battle or something.
That would be hilarious if he was nasty.
I wouldn't be surprised, man. I mean, he was good on the mic. He came correct.
Yeah. Good mic presence certainly gets you somewhere, right?
I'll beat Kevin Hart.
I don't even know, man. He's ripped.
In a height contest, bro. In a height contest.
In a height contest, yeah, that's clear. But
and let's not gloss over the fact that his biggest accolade, he's like a 4-time MVP at the All-Star game.
Who, Kevin Hart, you saying?
Yeah.
That I did not know.
Yeah, pretty wild. Celebrity All-Star game. I mean, the fans just kept voting him. He had like he had like 2 points, 5 turnovers one year and got the MVP.
Yeah, well, if he's playing with anyone of like average height, that's got to be hard.
I mean, he's playing with other celebrities, I guess.
He could be playing with The Rock.
Well, no, The Rock don't participate, but he played with like Justin Bieber.
Yeah, so they both like to do things outside of, I guess, their what they do is work all the time.
They do whatever they like, and then they make money with what they like.
And they do. Yeah, I mean, The Rock and Kevin Hart, they both created their own empires. They both built platforms that can be used to make them money, and anything they make on it, they call their own. Obviously, you have investors and people partnering with you, but essentially you have an umbrella that will make your family money in the future.
I am calling it right now because everything I predict is 80% accurate. I am calling... What? You got something to say over there?
No. I'm curious what you're calling.
I bet you within 3 years, Kevin Hart has his own liquor. I don't know what it is. Vodka, whiskey, maybe some rum.
It would only make sense if he's drinking all the time to create something for himself.
All I know is that every empire that we do, all these people literally do the same thing.
They do the same thing, and a lot of them, almost every one of them, has started off in like a tough childhood, except for maybe Drake.
I mean, I guess that could be accurate.
Well, I know Joe Rogan had a tough beginning. So did The Rock. So did Kevin Hart. I know Drake. I'm pretty sure Drake was kind of good, child actor. But it just seems like when you have a tough life in the beginning, you're way more motivated to get out of that life forever.
Well, yeah, but some people are always motivated by, I guess, two things. I think one, not working a 9 to 5. They just literally cannot have a boss and can deal with that institution. And then two, they just want to make money on what they love so much. They found like what they love.
Yeah, well, that's a blessing right there, because people searching for what they love till 50.
Oh yeah, and then it's the conundrum of people thinking that they're too old to even pursue what they enjoy,
which is never the case, but
well,
unless it's like an athlete.
I was gonna say
you could be an actor at 50. I mean, I think Morgan Freeman blew up at 55.
I mean, I just keep thinking of Tony Soprano. I gotta watch The Sopranos.
Top 3 shows ever created.
Top 1 show.
Oh, I mean, I didn't want to be like, that's subjective, so I had to give like a range.
It is not subjective. Get out of here.
Oh, maybe we'll do the Empire of the Sopranos.
I think so. I think next week that's an empire and a half. Let me tell you. I mean, the cinematics of that, the storyline. Oh, that's a great show.
I agree. I may have to rewatch that one with you.
Yeah, well, I don't have HBO no more, so
you could borrow mine.
How can I borrow your HBO?
You could borrow my HBO on HBO Go. Take my login. You can watch whatever you want.
I appreciate it. That's a good friend right there. It's a good friend. What minute we on?
We're close to 26, 27.
Actually. All right, let's get out of here. I mean, I always enjoy going live on the potty with my boy Frank G.
Yes, sir.
I'm out.
Yes, sir. See you guys next week.